Good morning. Good morning. I'm a little bit late. There was new permissions on Zoom that I didn't know about. I wasn't able to shift this over. So, sorry about that. And I'm just going to check the sound. I'm a little bit late. There we go. All right. I'll keep Zoom open. Just in case it's not going to be as good of a there we go. It's not going to be as good as a recording as I normally like on Zoom, but that's okay. So we're going to run through cars today, and then we're going to do some sleeper, they're called sleeper stretches. So we're going to be working some internal rotation of the shoulder, and yeah, so away we go. Hopefully this let me see if I can. No, I can't. All right. I feel like it's been forever since I've done this. All right. Feet a little wider than hip width, arms out to the side. Let's start to irradiate. Feet are firm, toes are reaching forward and gripping the ground just a little bit. Lift the kneecaps, quads, glutes. Let's pack the air down, so the front of the ribs on an exhale are going to go down and in, right? So we're straightening out our rib cage to sit properly over our pelvis. Arms out to the side, actively punch down. Bring the chin back. Slide it down your neck to your chest and scrape along your right collarbone. Look over your right shoulder, tilt the ear behind and up and over. To the right again. And last one. And let's bring it to the left. And relax. Ooh, there we go. Now we'll take care of our thoracic spine. So it's where your ribs taper down or taper in. Right? Cross your arms in front of your body. You can cross or you can give yourself a nice hug. Ooh, my arm is sore. I got my second vaccine 2 days ago. So finally the fever and the chills have stopped. All right, let's crunch forward. Remember, irradiate through the lower body, squeeze the glutes, quads, kneecaps up. Twist like a cat. Tilt, extend up and over. Tilt, twist, and forward. 2 more times to the right. Today's going to be a little bit less cueing. Okay? Sometimes when we don't have as many new folks, we can adjust a little bit. Let's go to the left. Twist like a cap, tilt, up and over. And then you always have the intro videos to watch, which I always recommend watching those when you first hop on board. Last one to the left. And relax. Bring our arms in front. Make fists with your hands. All right? Keep your chest and your head still so you can push the chin back. Okay? Bring the arms forward and squeeze just the shoulder blades towards the spine. Now lift them, squeezed up towards the back of your head. Release them, giving as much effort as you do when you're squeezing them. See what squeezes, see what contracts when you bring them forward and down. Back and squeeze, up and squeeze, bring it forward and down. And reverse. Radiating through the body, always. Maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe you're at a 2 or a 3 or even a 1. Relax. Bring the arms straight forward, pin the biceps. Slowly bring the palms up towards the shoulders. Flip and push down. Flip up, flip, push down. And flip and up and pause. radiate through the body again, and bring the top of the hands down towards the floor. Flip and bring it up. 3, 2, and 1. Pin the biceps, make fists with your hands, and bring your wrists into extension. And bring the pinky sides in. Bring it around. Nice, big, safe circles of the wrists. All right. And make sure that you are staying safe here, and go the opposite direction. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take care of our shoulders. So we're going to do one shoulder at a time. And I'm going to show you this in tabletop. I want to show you a little bit of blocking. Speaking of blocking, I just blocked the screen. That's okay. Trying to make technology work for me here. All right. So, shoulder, one at a time. If tabletop doesn't work for you, you can actually lean up against the wall. And this will give you, you can lean this way up against the wall. So if we're doing our right arm first, you can lean and mush your body up against the wall on the side, or you can bring your hands out in front and lean onto the wall and do your cars from there. So the further over you're leaning, if you're leaning over a chair or on the wall, the further over you're leaning, the more load you're going to place on your shoulder. So if you feel good about your articulations in your shoulder, right? It feels good. There's no pain points. You can add a little bit of load, but we always want it to be safe, right? So instead of just staying in tabletop, I'm actually going to push my bum back. What this is going to do is lock in my pelvis just a little bit more. So you can either be here, or you can be down almost in a higher up child's pose. All right, I'm going to take it easy today because I already feel myself going. All right, externally rotate the right shoulder, right? I'm actively pushing my other hand into the floor. So whatever you're holding on to or pushing into, make sure that this arm, the left arm, is active. Biceps pins up towards the ceiling, cross over the midline, come up into flexion, right? We have gravity working with us differently here. Spin the bicep away from the face. This is the shot arm, so kick it back. Ooh, externally rotate, bring it around. And let's do one more. Crossover, flexion, internal reaching back, keep internally rotating, kick it back, externally rotate, and bring it around. Other side. Firm base here. And I'm actually contracting a little bit through my lower body, just a little bit. All right, bringing the ribs down and in, all that good stuff. Externally rotate the left arm, cross over the midline, come up into flexion, spin the bicep away from the face, and reach back as best you can. Keep internally rotating and kick it back. Externally rotate, bring it around. One more. Kick it back and externally rotate, bring it around. Nice. So now I'm going to show you blocking for hips. You can stand with your pole, hand up against the wall. You can be leaning over onto a chair or holding onto a chair. Either one will work. All right. Firm. Hands are into the ground. Soft elbows. Separate the shoulder blades just a little bit away from the spine. And you could also be laying on your side here too. So the cueing is all the same. Contract through your quads and your glutes. Pack the air down, so bring the ribs down and in towards the pelvis. On an exhale, sip in a little bit of air. And bring the left knee up towards the arm. Out to the side. Spin the thigh down and in, bring it back, and land. Kick it back. Peel the knee away, bring it high and wide, and around. Knee up, out, internal back. Kick it back, try to keep your pelvis still. Peel the knee away, and bring it around. Opposite side. Knee up to the chest, out to the side, internal back. Kick it back, push that heel away from the body. Peel the knee away, high and wide. Bring it around, bringing that knee up to the chest again. Knee to chest, out, internal back. Kick it back, peel the knee away. Nice. Let's take care of our tibia. I'm going to stay seated, but since I'm going to be seated and I'm going to be lifting my leg up, I like to put a block underneath my bum just to help me be more comfortable and, stable. We always want to be stable first before we do anything. So externally rotate the tibia. Bring it forward 3/4 of the way, internal back. External forward, internal back. It's just the shin moving, the femur and the knee are staying still. And next time you're in and back, pause down here and kick it straight forward. Stir the pot in the other direction. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Let's do the other leg. This can be done seated, standing, right? As long as your knee is bent, you're able to extend through the knee 3/4 of the way. There's so many different options here for position. Externally rotate, extend 3/4 of the way, internal back. Make sure that that knee is staying still. It's not rocking back and forth or moving forward and back. We really want to make this all about the tibia. Pause on the in and back. Bring it straight forward, external down, internal up, external down. 3, 2, and 1. Let's take care of the ankle. So I'm just going to go into the same position, trap my hand behind my knee pit. Ooh, I don't know if the microphone picked that up. Go 3 to 5 times each direction. Now slow it down here. You're pointing, right? Plantar flexing. And you're bringing it over to the side. So really reach that pinky over to the right. And you might find that at one point you are supinating your ankle, right? And then bring it up into dorsiflexion, and now bring it around. Big toe reaches, and bring it around. There we go. Sorry, so this is supination, and this is pronation. So we want to make sure that we still get that action as we're swirling our ankles around. So it's not so much like plantar and then a little twist and then up. We really want it to be like plantar and then really get into those angles in your ankle. Let's do it on the other side. So plantar, bring it around. This is supination, up and over. And now the arches kind of come down first. You see that? And that's pronation. Try to relax your toes. They get super nosy during this. Do 3 to 5 times in each direction. Awesome. And now our toes. Move myself back. I'm going to do toes seated. You can feel free to do toes standing. The more weight you have down on your feet, the easier it is for you to control not moving the pads of your feet off the floor. So really find that stability. If you're standing, your feet might be a little further apart. That doesn't matter. Our goal is our toes. Lift all 10 toes up off the ground and just tap the big toe down. And now lift all 10 toes and tap the 8 toes down. Go and lift all 10 toes. Spread them wide and reach them forward, gripping the ground towards, like you're pulling the ground towards the arches. And release. Lift all the toes, spread them wide, reach forward, grip the ground. You might hear my breathing is a little bit weird today. And relax. Lift all 10 toes, spread them wide. Pinky second. Maybe I'm the only one that's noticing it, but you might hear some weird breathing going on, but that's okay. Lift, spread, pinky second, third, fourth. Go. And relax. Let's take care of our spine. And today I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So I'm going to be going into tabletop to take care of spine, but I'm going to use a block in between my knees so that I have something else to push into, right? So it's all, one of my mentors said, they always give props to props. Props allows us external feedback to help us connect with tissues, okay? So sometimes you can connect to tissues without any external feedback, but that external feedback just really enhances what we're trying to do. Let's find, I don't know if I'll be able to do this fully, but, right? We listen to our body, right? Compassion, care, control, right? So I'm going to go into extension, and I'm going to explain it a little bit more since you're not going to be able to see it so much in my body because I'm taking it easy. We're going to tuck the pelvis under first. So the pelvis is going to tuck under, but we're going to keep the rest of our back in an arch, okay, an extension. So tuck the pelvis under slowly until the lower back just can't help it. It's got to inflate up. Mid back and upper back. Find full flexion and take a nice inhale. Exhale. And start to tuck the pelvis, just the pelvis out. So you're going to show your bum to the back of the room, but keep the nice flexion in your back. And you might see wrinkles on the back of my shirt, right? Lower back goes down, mid back, and upper back. Gentle gaze up. One more, tuck under. Try to keep extension under, lower back starts to inflate, mid back and upper back and reverse. Nice. So get something for your head. I'm just going to use a block today. And we're going to do sleeper stretches. So what are sleeper stretches? It's just, the position is called sleeper. And we're going to have our shoulder in internal rotation here, okay? So this is kind of one of the main motions that we're going to be doing right now. You do not have to have your elbow straight out from your shoulder. I'd like you to nudge it a little bit down, so a little bit more, so that when you're bringing your arm into internal rotation, which is the spinning of the bicep in towards your body, your fist is coming more towards your belly button, right, than this. So we want this position here. So let's find a stretch in the shoulder capsule. You might need to wiggle yourself around. My shoulder is generally stacked, right? One on top of the other. So I'm not so much leaning back. We want to keep shoulders and pelvis stacked. Elbows creep down a little bit, maybe a few inches below, straight out from the shoulder. And start to spin the bicep. We're not looking to bend the wrist and bring the wrist down. Keep the wrist by contracting through your forearm and your wrist and make a fist, and slowly spin the bicep in towards your body. You possibly will feel a capsular stretch, which feels a lot different than a muscular stretch, okay? Have your hand on top of your forearm and just place a little bit of pressure onto the forearm. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. Since we're doing a short pails and rails round here, We're not going to stay in it for the full 2 minutes, although you are welcome to if you are familiar with pails and rails. So the pails contraction is the progressive tissue, which we actually have on stretch right now. And in order to isometrically load and work internal rotation here and work the progressive tissue, we need to stop ourselves from coming out of that stretch. So when you hear me count down from 5, we're going to start the pails contraction, and we're going to do this action and stop it with our hand. Okay? And try to keep control of the wrist by making a fist, or even if you're holding on to a washcloth or a tennis ball. And then after we're done with the pails contraction, which we're going to turn up the volume, your whole body is going to be contracted. Okay? So we'll radiate through your body, bring the ribs down and in, glutes, quads, kneecaps. You can even dorsiflex your feet. And when I count down after, we're going to do the regressive tissue, which means we're going to go further into this stretch. So the arm's going to come, the arm's going to come down towards the belly button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the action. Stop it with your hands. And really concentrate not so much on pushing the forearm into the hand, but more so spinning the bicep out and up towards your face. Okay, so it's more of a spin. And that spin is what's causing the pressure coming from your forearm into your hand. So spin. A little bit more. Turn up the volume here. Turn it up. Now you can find your safest effort, which is if this is your first time doing it and you're not quite sure, just find an effort that is kind to your body, but still a little bit challenging maybe. Or you can find your safest, greatest effort, which is going to be a max effort. So find that safest or safest, greatest effort and hold it here. Keep breathing. Try to get constant, nice pressure. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Spin the bicep in towards the body again. Try to get more internal rotation. Fight for more, and hold. Consistent pressure here. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and catch with your hand. Find that stretch again. Find that capsular stretch. And we'll do one more short one. 3, 2, 1. This is the action. Stop it from happening. We're trying to get the arm out of the capsular stretch, but we're not letting it happen. 3, 2, 1. More internal rotation. Spin that bicep in towards the armpit, in towards the body. Fist, right? You're not bending at the wrist here. This will help you concentrate on the spin. 3, 2, 1. Relax up. And we'll move to the other side. You can feel that a little bit here. Just take a second. All right. Well, I'm very glad that I was able to make it on here today. I wasn't too sure last night, but I woke up this morning feeling much better. Ooh, this one's going to be interesting. All right. Shoulders and pelvis, right, is stacked. So hips are stacked. Start to contract through, just a little bit, contract through your legs. Bring those ribs down and in. And have your elbow, march it down like 2 or 3 little steps. And find the internal rotation, that capsular stretch, which you might notice feels pretty deep. We don't want anything pinching or painful here, right? But sometimes you might think that a stretch is painful. So really investigate and bring adjectives to what you're actually feeling in your shoulder here. Does it feel like bone on bone pinching? Does it feel more like a deep muscle, right? Like tight around the bone that's moving, trying to move just a little bit. It could be uncomfortable, right? There could be discomfort. But that's why I say the safest effort, right? It's all going to be different for everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're doing this action coming out of the stretch, taking care of the progressive tissue here. Start at a 1. Turn up the volume notch by notch. Spin from the bicep. Spinning from the bicep is what allows the pressure to come from the forearm into the hand. And find your safest or safest greatest effort here and hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Regressive tissue. Drive. Your fist is coming towards your belly button. Spin from the bicep to get more internal rotation. Really wring out the shoulder here. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch the arm. Find that capsular stretch again. You might notice that you have more range already. 3, 2, 1. Progressive tissue. Forearm is pushing into the hand only because you're spinning the biceps out and away. Look up towards your face. 3, 2, 1. Drive it down. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. I'm going to come back up to a seated position here. Let's take care of, let's do 2 rounds of double shoulder cars. Okay. Externally rotate both arms, cross over the midline, up into flexion. Internally rotate, reach the arms back. And land. Kick it back. Externally rotate, up and around. One more. Just notice where you might feel a little more smoothness. There we go. All right. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for a tune-up.